Hello everybody, I am Ace Creeper and today I'm back with another video. Twice in one day, bloody hell. What is it, a Doctor Who trailer day? Yes it is, and we're here to talk about it. The Series 12 trailer dropped earlier today. It was very exciting. It was actually a really good trailer. I've had time now to look at the online reception, and it actually seems really positive. From what I've seen, I've not actually seen anyone criticise it yet. Have any sort of negative ideas about it. There probably will be people out there, you know, inevitably. It is Doctor Who after all. But looking at it, in the general reaction from fans seems to be really positive. Even some people who weren't really too keen on Series 11 are like, wow, this actually looks really exciting. So hopefully it's going to be that big step up that and I think a lot of people think Doctor Who really kind of needs right now. I'm really looking forward to seeing where the series goes. I believe it's been confirmed to be airing on the 1st of January, that's episode 1 anyway. And basically today's video, what this is a breakdown of the trailer. We're going to go shot by shot, frame by frame. I thought I'd be able to work out a little bit more than what I've been able to, but I'm trying my best. It's very, very difficult to kind of pick it out, and I kind of do forget that from time to time. Because Christ, it is really kind of tough to get onto some of these. It's really hard to explain, but like when you're trying to go through a trailer, you kind of forget that actually the series hasn't come out and you can't analyze it as well as you can analyze other trailers. It's really difficult. But what I've tried to do is I've tried to break it down frame by frame, scene by scene, whatever, and basically give myself an opportunity to read out what I think is happening in that scene. What episode I think it is, why I think that is, and you know, what to guess, what's practically solid information, what's not. There's a lot of stuff from episode 1 which is very easy to work out because of the setting and the characters and all that sort of thing and the costumes, so that's good. But other than that, there's a few where it's like, I have absolutely no idea what this is, this could be anything. But through this I'm also going to talk about my opinions on the trailer, my opinions on certain bits, how it looks, how it feels, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, buckle yourselves in, this might be a bit of a long video, but I'm going to try my best to make it go quickly. So, let's go. Okay, so basically how we're going to do this, I've got some notes on my phone which I'm going to try and read out, you know, based on which episode it could be, why I think that, what evidence I've got to support that, all that sort of thing. There might be a few things that I get wrong here and there, and I will absolutely try my best. I'm just gonna wing it. It's not gonna be very well edited. It's just gonna be me talking, seeing what I think, and just giving my general opinion on little parts of the trailer as well. So here we go. The first shot here looks like some sort of really posh house, vineyard type thing. Maybe, probably, definitely like abroad, because that lighting is kind of used to, you know, when they travel somewhere different, the lighting is heavily insinuated. Especially in Series 11, like when they're in the desert, it was like really kind of high sort of saturation, and then when it was, you know, back in sort of England, it was kind of low, kind of dull, kind of cool as well. It looked great. But this to me screams a foreign country. It seems like some sort of party, and this is definitely episode 1, and I will talk about why in just a moment, because this does follow on to the very next shot, which is Jodie and the crew, or 13 in the crew, TARDIS team walking up to the house. You can see the gate in the background that I've just walked through. You can see it's the same place. They're all wearing tuxedos. We know that when they were filming episode 1 and episode 2, Jodie was wearing a tuxedo outfit, and obviously Ryan, Graham and Yaz also wearing very smart tuxedo-like attire, which we saw they were filming, I think, in Barry Island, outside of Shoe Zone. I think a lot of people pointed that one out as well. The initial, very, very early filming of Series 12, the very first stuff that we saw and got was from episode 1 and 2, and that is part of it. So this is episode 1 via the costumes, meaning the first shot is also episode 1. There's a bit of a James Bond reference, which I think we talked about this in a news video like ages ago when the whole tuxedo thing was like an initial kind of thing. I was like, there's no way she won't make a James Bond reference, and she does say the name's Doctor, the Doctor, which I think is very clever. The next shot could be from any episode. It looks like some sort of escape pod, mini spaceship type thing crashing towards Earth. Nothing really to point out there, I can't really tell. Again, the next shot, the Doctor's just kind of scanning outside. My keyboard is a bit clackety, sorry about that. But yeah, it's, I can always use my mouse. But there's nothing really too exciting about that. It's just a generic shot, and again, very, very hard to tell which episode this is, so it could, again, be anything. The next shot, however, is gorgeous and looks to be a Jadoon ship above Earth, and seems to be firing some sort of laser down, maybe? And then what I think that is, I think that's a teleport ray type thing, opposed to actually landing the ship on Earth and storming out like they did on the moon in Smith and Jones. When they were filming the Jadoon stuff, outside Gloucester Cathedral. One of the back alleys had some sort of green screen thing where the Judoon walked forward away from the green screen, which makes me think that there's going to be some sort of teleportation ray, maybe some new technology. Maybe these are different types of Judoon that have now got some new technology and can now teleport onto planets from above opposed to stopping down. I don't think the Judoon are firing at the planet, although they might be, we don't know. It does look a bit Death Star-y, doesn't it? But yeah, again, just looking at the CGI budget, it looks so impressive that the ship looks gorgeous, and that's definitely a Judoon ship, I would say. Basically, I'm going to say this is episode 6. Now, it's just a guess off the top of my head. I don't really know for sure, but we know that the director who is covering the Judoon episode is covering episode 6 and another episode, and I can't remember off the top of my head which one that was, but I'm fairly certain this is going to be episode 6. It's sort of the mid-series. It's about around the time they were filming this episode. It kind of does make sense. So, yeah, I'm going to guess this is episode 6, but I could be wrong on that. Don't hold me to it. The next shot is very interesting indeed as well. This is some sort of creature which some people were saying was the Hoyks from like Love and Monsters and stuff and Torchwood, but no, it really doesn't look like the Hoyks. What it looks like to me, which weirdly enough, if you've watched Stranger Things, it looks like a Demogorgon to me, because it looks like it has the sort of opening face flap things. It's a monster that smashes forward and breaks the glass. That's all you get to see from that one. That, again, could be any episode. I noted down episode 3, maybe, but that's just me guessing. It literally could be any episode. I don't know. There was a leaked picture a while ago of a sort of alien leg next to a sort of computer, and it sort of looks very, you know, reminds me very much of this monster in terms of the skin colour, so it very well could be that monster, but again, could be wrong. The next shot is 13 in goggles. It could be any episode. There's no breaking that down. The next shot, however, is definitely episode 1 because Stephen Fry's in it. He's confirmed to be in episode 1, as is Lenny Henry, which again we'll get to the reasoning of to why that's the same episode in a bit. But Stephen Fry in this scene, so it's episode 1. Based off what we saw filming and where we saw Stephen Fry filming, which was the Guildhall in Swansea, which was being doubled for a sort of MI6 type building. We can presume Stephen Fry's character is some sort of government representative of sorts, and he's giving the Doctor some sort of task, maybe to go to this party where this Lenny Henry character is sort of chilling out, maybe doing something illegal / alien related, we don't know. So maybe Stephen Fry sending them down there to go and do that. His line is, "The security of this entire planet is at stake. Can we rely upon you?" Great line, but you can kind of see the Doctor and crew there. And keep note of Tosin Cole's jacket and shirt combo there, because we'll come back to that. But yeah, a couple of shots there in the same scene, Stephen Fry talking to them, and that's definitely the Guildhall building by the looks of it. Some sort of hospital drip bags in the background, which is really interesting. Is Stephen Fry's character ill, in need of whatever? I don't know. Very interesting though. The next shot, again, I believe is either from episode 1 or episode 2. The reason I say this is because, again, Jodie wears this tuxedo outfit in episodes 1 and 2, and I'm not really sure who this character is next to me. I got a little bit in trouble when I put this on Twitter, because I thought it looked like either April from Class / Lynn from Resolution. And I thought it was either one of those, mainly from the facial expression she pulls. But, like, people have also told me that it's actually a person of colour, and I didn't actually realise that, and I suppose it could be. It's difficult to tell with the lighting, because again, like, even Jodie's face looks quite dark because it's in the sort of shadows, so I don't know. It could, it could be either. They all look very similar, and people have been pointing out to me this could be Noah Eniat Khan, who obviously episode 2, that does make sense. The Paris wartime one, the hiding possibly from Nazis, that could work. I don't know why they'd be hiding with the whole floorboard open, but they could possibly be hiding. The only thing that put me off the idea of that being Noah Eniat Khan was the costume for that character looked a little bit too modern, but then again, on further inspection, it does look kind of period to the 40s, I suppose, so yeah, that could be anything. But the line she says there isn't too important, but it's not what I want, not where I want it to be, but I can work with this. So yeah, I mean, again, it's that comedy it's playing on. I really do like that element of it. I really actually did kind of not chuckle, because you can see my reaction, but I was kind of like, this is some good humour. They've got the humour to a T. The next shot here looks like a ship flying away from a planet, but again, I can't be too sure. It probably isn't Earth, if anything. It might be Earth, but it does look a bit odd. It looks really out of place. In fact, the CGI doesn't even look that crisp on that, but I'm not really sure. Again, that could be anything. The next one is the crew on a spaceship. This is the handcuff episode, and the reason I say the handcuff episode is I mean in relation to, and hopefully I'll edit this on screen, is Jodie with the sort of hand restraint things that we saw shared from Emma Sullivan. I think that's the director. Her profile on Instagram, she shared that photo, meaning it's one of her episodes. So I'm theorising this is probably going to be episode 7, maybe, where they're on some sort of prison type ship or some sort of alien-y, networky type ship. But yeah, it's the one where Jodie has these weird sort of hand restraint things. So hopefully you can see a picture of that on screen now. Anyway, moving on from that, the next shot we have is Judoon. So episode 6 probably looks like inside the Judoon ship maybe, or maybe in some sort of facility on Earth. The reason it makes me think Judoon ship is because of the lighting. Again, doesn't look very Earth-like. So yeah, you get a bit of a over dialogue of the Judoon talking there, which is pretty cool to see that again, but nothing too new or exciting. It's a Judoon in a mask. We've got Graham and Yaz from this could be any episode, but it does also match a scene later on. So again, remember this shot because I will be coming back to it just very briefly. This is shot 13, this one. Moving on to the next one, this is a shot of 13 turning around. That could be anything. It's a very, very short shot. We can't even see the colour of her top, so we really can't make any predictions. This next one, okay, now it gets interesting. So this is some sort of scorpion thing. I believe this is episode 4. It matches the same sort of thing that we saw in the other shot as well, which we'll get to again in a few minutes. People are saying Rachnos. No, it's not the Rachnos. It doesn't look like the Rachnos, but I can see what you mean. It very much resembles that sort of Rachnos-y type look. I know what you mean. I do know what you mean, but I don't think it's the Rachnos because it's different colour, different look, different everything. But I reckon at best, I reckon it could be some sort of cousin to the Rachnos. If the Rachnos are giant alien spiders, this species could be giant alien scorpions or something, because it looks like a scorpion in one of the other shots that we'll show you in a minute. But yeah, very interesting though, a lot of different theories, and I also believe this is the, I can't remember her name, oh god, idiot George, remember, the person who played Rani in the Sarah Jane Adventures, she's in this series playing some Queen Sikrile or something like that, I can't pronounce the name, but I think that might be her. I genuinely think that might be her. Queen, yeah, actually, Empress of the Rachnos. Again, similar little elements, similar little threads there. We've got a shot of 2 historical people here, just chilling behind some boxes. I believe that character there is Goran Visnich, or I've probably pronounced that totally wrong, but he was announced yesterday. At 10 o'clock, that announcement was him and someone else was in this series, and I believe that's him. And I also believe that a lot of people have been theorising that that is also Nicholas Tesla, which is actually really interesting. It could be Nicholas Tesla. The time zone matches, the location matches, so we'll see. This episode seems to be the same episode again, we'll get to a minute. I think this is all one kind of episode at a time here. So this seems to be episode 4, maybe. Could be wrong on that one. Jodie's wearing a sort of head torch thing. You got a shot of the TARDIS. Facility, we'll come back to that historical episode. Some sort of facility, this could be any episode. Not a clue. That, again, could really be Nicholas Tesla. It does look like him. This is the same shot again. This looks to be the episode filmed in New York. Not New York. It was filmed in Bulgaria, but it was made to look like, oh, what was it, like 40s, 1800s, like early, oh god, historical New York. Is it 1840 or something like that? I don't know, but around the time that Nicholas Tesla was around, so that makes sense. Having Nicholas Tesla in a New York episode, giant, cool scorpion-looking things, as you can see in the background, and that's also, I believe, that is Yasmin Khan in a historical outfit. Series 12 is giving us companions in historical-looking outfits to fit in. Thank God. Cannot wait for that. I don't know who that is behind her, can't really tell because it's all blurred, but the cool big scorpion thing looks the same colour and same sort of style as that thing we saw before. There's another one climbing down the wall in the background, so again, very interesting stuff, and I reckon, yeah, I reckon that's all the same story. So the one with the Rachnos looking thing, Nicholas Tesla, and sort of historical New York could be the same episode, and we're theorising that's episode 4, I think. Yeah. Let's see where we are. Yaz in the car. This is episode 1, I believe, because the shots of the car were also used in the same sort of thing. Yaz is asking, you know, what's the plan? 13 in a totally different shot inside the TARDIS, which again, any episode, because it's inside the TARDIS. the shot of the car reversing backwards, just reversing in general, is matched with the same shot of Ryan in there. So the car shots, the car on the motorway with the TARDIS team in it, Ryan screaming, Yaz asking questions about what the plan is. Ryan screaming. This is the reason I asked you to remember the t-shirt, because it's the same t-shirt and same jacket combo from episode 1, which makes me think again. I do remember, my very first Series 12 news video was about them filming outside with some sort of car chase, black cars on in Cardiff on like some sort of motorway at night. This looks like that is it, and it looks again like episode 1. So episode 1 really is going to be very action-packed. So I'm looking forward to that. This next shot here with Graham with a headpiece on, a lot of people said that's like a Dalek head, but I believe the blue is actually coming from the light in the background of the TARDIS, unfortunately. A lot of people said he looks like a Dalek, and it's true he does, especially with the ears at the back as well. But as far as I'm aware, that isn't a Dalek thing. I think the whole Dalek thing is going to be the special after the series. That's why they didn't appear in the trailer. But this is the same scene as the one where 13 says, "You trust me, don't you?" Which is the one in the TARDIS. So again, you've got two separate scenes here which are kind of interlocking with each other from different episodes, I believe. This could be episode 1 as well, but it doesn't look like it because Graham's costume looks different. This, however, is episode 1 because you can remember the location. The best thing here is you can see there is 3 bikes. Seems to be 1 person on this bike, 2 people on that bike, and 1 or 2 people on that bike as well. Jodie Whittaker, I reckon Torsten Cole and Mandip Gill, and then Bradley Walsh and someone else at the back. And in the car, you've got Lenny Henry, as we'll see on the next shot. So they are driving away from this fantastic shot of 13, proper James Bond style, tuxedo, on a motorbike, getting shot at by none other than Lenny Henry. I absolutely adore this. I really can't wait for episode 1, January 1st. It's going to be amazing. Lenny Henry seems to be some sort of bad guy, maybe he is. But that seems to be who they've gone there to confront. It's gone wrong. They're trying to chase him down. He's trying to shoot at them. So yeah, exciting stuff. Very cool. 13th Doctor on a motorbike with the TARDIS team. Great. And this shot here, Jodie in the tux. People think, oh, episode 1. She's asking, what's she asking? She's asking, where are we? And the next shot is of the Eiffel Tower with a voiceover that says Paris 1943. If you remember some of the things that came out a while ago that got leaked by one of the actresses who is actually playing Noor Inayat Khan, a sort of spy from that era, Nazi-occupied Paris, she posted on her Instagram that would be in episode 2. So, yikes. Bit of a shame, bit of an unfortunate leak, but we know that now. We know that that was episode 2, so the whole tuxedo thing makes me theorise that Jodie at the end, or 13th Doctor at the end of episode 1, somehow gets teleported to a different time zone, different place, just totally gets zapped out of it, because she looks like she's by herself here, not with the companions. So I reckon she's been totally zapped out of it. She's appeared in Nazi-occupied France with Noor Inayat Khan, and the TARDIS team have to work to try and get her back, because obviously the 13th Doctor hasn't got a TARDIS now, all that sort of thing. So maybe the TARDIS team will work with UNIT, maybe they'll work with MI6, I don't know. But it looks like some really epic 2-part adventure across different time zones. Again, relating to the whole spy theme. Noor Inayat Khan was a spy, MI6, spies. Oh, it all relates and it's beautiful, and I'm so glad it's been finally properly confirmed in the trailer that we're going to this era. 1943 Paris. There's a shot of 13 saying, oh no, with a character in the background. That could be Noor Inayat Khan, that could be someone else, we don't know. 13 looks shocked, which makes me think that this isn't a TARDIS trip, this is her being zapped somewhere and going, oh Christ. So that is very interesting indeed. The next shot, however, is probably my favourite of the whole thing. It's the TARDIS, but all the colour's been drained out of it. It's got a lovely blue glow to it, which I think a lot of people will absolutely like. And suddenly we've got this dark moment. 13th Doctor is saying, something's coming for me. I can feel it. Very interesting indeed. Now the next shot is the Cyberman shot, which we're going to talk about in a lot of depth. I don't think she's talking about the Cybermen coming for her. I think she's talking about something else. I think this could even relate to the Timeless Child. It seems that this is going to be some sort of story arc. So I'm very glad they teased something like this in the trailer, because it gets me very excited, because a lot of the main issues that people have with Series 11, Yaz not having much to do, no old monsters, not really a story arc, it seems that they're all being fixed, and it's advertising them being fixed in the trailer. So I'm very, very excited to see where this is going to go. But a gorgeous shot here of 13 resting against a pillar by herself, may I add, followed by, oh god, a fantastic shot, a very blurry shot Yeah, but a fantastic shot of a Cyberman. Now, a lot of people have been talking about this. Now, the chest unit looks like the Nightmare and Silver ones. The headpiece looks like the sort of classic-y ones. With the yeah, it looks weird. Face piece, it all looks sort of rusted and scarred. But the best thing is the arm actually looks like a human arm, like a sort of actual like t-shirt jumper with like a sort of hand at the end of it. Maybe not a t-shirt jumper type thing. Maybe it's more of a Mondasian Cyberman kind of silvery body look. But the hand at the end definitely does not look metal. It looks like a human hand, which again, fantastic, because it's bringing the Cybermen back to their original designs, their original feelings, the original whatever. It's just exciting to look at, because this is what I've wanted personally for ages. I really don't like the Nightmare and Silver Cybermen, and I wasn't too keen on the Cybermen, you know. I love the Cybermen being dark, creepy, body horror-esque, you know. Something really uneasy about them. They're not robots, you know, they're not robots. They are humans trying to desperately survive, and the next shot really drives this home. A rusty looking scrap metal kind of how do you describe it, steampunky type almost design, very reminiscent of the one that was found online a long time ago. I picked this up a while ago and started sharing it around and going, this looks really cool, I really hope the Cybermen look like this, and they do by the looks of it. This looks very, again, scrap metal-y. I know I said in the video, I might have mentioned it very quickly, that some people I can see already will go, oh, but they did the same thing with the Dalek, it's just made out of Sheffield steel. Oh, I can't be bothered with it, please just leave that out. It's a Cyberman, and it looks bloody cool. It looks really, really cool. However, that being said, and I'll put some more images on screen to sort of rectify this, the images of the Cybermen seen from the final block of filming, not the final block of filming, the block 5 of filming, so the last couple of episodes of the series, maybe a finale, the Cybermen looked gold, sort of not golden, but sort of very bright silver, crisp, clean, massive sides to the head like the Earthshock Cybermen, whereas this looked very different to that. So I tell you what I think's going on here. I think this episode, with this rusty looking Cyberman, is a sort of standalone thing. A bit like Resolution, maybe based on Earth, one standalone Cyberman trying to survive, maybe, calling out. And maybe unlike the Dalek, he maybe gets a signal out, and Cybermen, new Cybermen, proper upgraded Cybermen invade Earth towards the end of the series. Maybe that's where it's going. I don't know. But I reckon this is a totally different episode and story to the ones, like the Cybermen pictures that actually leaked online a while ago. Which I'm showing you on screen now, which is the ones that are more standing, very silver, very pristine, out in the grass. This looks totally different. It looks so rusty, it doesn't look clean, it just looks messy, and I really, really love it. It looks gorgeous. It actually looks quite scary as well. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing where that's going. You might not be able to see it as well, but the sort of head, top of the head, looks like it's going to have that light back, the old classic Cyberman light, so yeah. But that's my theory on the Cybermen. I think the ones that we saw filming, and this one is actually a different episode entirely. Maybe even different story, different Cybermen design, different everything. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this goes. But yeah, interesting. Gorgeous though. Great shot of 13 there. Just saying I can feel it. And then the next one is Ryan in front of some sort of facility. Maybe that's the same facility from shot 19, which was the big sort of dome thing. The next one, he says, let it come. This is Yasmin outside of the Hallamshire police station that we saw in Woman Who Fell to Earth very briefly. We knew she'd be back here this series because it was mentioned, I think it was talked about a while ago because they were filming outside the same police station with Yasmin. So very interesting. And then we've got the TARDIS team shot. This was shown in the teaser trailer yesterday. The teaser trailer as in the teaser for this trailer. A very brief little clip shown. And this seems to be Graham, Ryan and Yasmin confronting the 13th Doctor and being like, look, we're here for you. Let that, whatever's coming after you, let it come. We're here for help. We're here to help you. Interestingly though, this actually does look like a different shot. I did point this out yesterday as well. I reckon this shot is a different episode entirely maybe, or a different scene entirely to this shot, mainly because of the way they're standing in front of the TARDIS console, and then so is Jodie. How can they, unless there's two consoles, that scene does not match up. So, yeah. The way they're looking at her, it seems to be a different shot, different episode, different place entirely to Jodie's reaction shot of pulling down the lever. So, yeah, don't be misconstrued by that. They're using the old Star Wars Last Jedi tricks on you there, making it look like something totally different's happening. So, yeah, Jodie pulls down the lever, and then there's a shot of some weird bird bat things. I can't really explain this, but, yeah, weird bird bats. What did I write in my... Yeah, just bats. It could be the facility episode, maybe. Who knows? Moving on from that, oh, people have been sending me this one because I said in the live stream yesterday I will eat my hat if the Sea Devils are in Series 12, and I still stand by that. I don't think these are Sea Devils. Yes, it looks like it's on the beach. Yes, they look like Sea Devils / Silurians, but I don't believe it. I cannot bring myself to believe that these are Sea Devils. Now, they might be, and if they are, yes, I'll eat my hat, but I don't want to get my hopes up because it just doesn't. I don't know, there's something about me which just, it's like, ugh, no, it doesn't feel right. It could be a teaser, could be a little hint, wink wink, nudge nudge, but we'll see. A lot of people will think this is Sea Devils and probably believe it's Sea Devils and then end up being disappointed. I just don't want to get my hopes up for something like that, like a big classic monster returning for the first time in New Who, if it isn't that. So yeah, I didn't want to get my hopes up, that's all it was. If they do appear in Series 12, I'll be very, very happy. But yeah, that's that. There's a great shot there, followed by a shot of Jodie shouting. What did she shout? She shouted something. Oh, I didn't even write it down. Just get away from them or something. People in gas masks firing guns, which look very much like the 13th Doctor's sonic screwdriver. Could it be Stenza technology? Probably not. But you know, just because it's orange, I guess. Sun's at a workshop here. You can see Yaz run past here with a backpack on and what looks to be, as you can see right there, a red leather jacket, which is the same jacket she was wearing in the previous shot when she's running somewhere with Graham. So, the same episode with that one. Oh, this is gorgeous, yeah, something materialising through the TARDIS door. There's a news report the other day about, which was Tuss and Cole being interviewed, and he was talking about one of the scariest monsters of Series 12 was a monster that actually did frighten them on set, which is one that could kind of phase through walls. So they're in some sort of small closeted area, and this monster's coming through the wall. That's what I think this monster is. I also think this monster is exactly the same one as the one that was smashing the glass, mainly because it looks like the Demogorgon, again, from Stranger Things, with a sort of 1, 2, 3, 4 sort of opening face thing. So maybe they're taking a little bit of inspiration from that, not really sure, but kind of what it looks like. There's an exchange which is kind of in the background because the music is quite loud at this point, so I'm not going to play it for you. But between Jodie and, you know, what's her name? Yasmin, that's it. Between the 13th Doctor, Yasmin, and a couple of the other companions about nothing being able to get through the TARDIS doors. All that sort of thing. What have you let on board or something, Doctor? You know, there's a few shots of the TARDIS, could be any episode. Jodie running on the beach. This is the same one, I believe, as the Bat episode, as shown by the next shot, which is just covered in bats. So I can totally get that. This shot could be the Facility episode. It could also be the Cyberman episode. I have absolutely no idea. But I'm hoping it's a Cyberman episode because seeing the Cyberman kick some ass like the Dalek did in Resolution would be very, very exciting indeed. Yasmin crying. A lot of people have been asking about this one. Again, look at Torsen's costume. I reckon this is episode 1. So maybe this is Yasmin getting a little bit scared for the 13th Doctor after she gets zapped to Paris in episode 2, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. I reckon that could be what it is. Her getting a little bit upset over that. Again, putting it in the trailer because it looks like something more serious has happened. Maybe something more serious has happened because Graham is also not in this shot, so who knows? Worry time. But yeah, I reckon this could just be a little bit of a play about with the old footage to make it look like something worse than it actually is. Again, remember, last series we had Jodie blowing a kiss. People thought someone was going to die, but actually she was blowing a kiss to a frog on a chair. So yeah, we don't know with this sort of thing. Let's have a look what else we've got here. You've got a plane shot. A lot of people have pointed out this could be a very similar plane to the Unit one, which has been seen in Series 8 and Series 9, both of which were destroyed or blown up. So God, they must have a big budget considering they haven't got any international funding anymore. So I don't think it is the Unit plane. It could be some sort of different plane, but it looks like the next shot of Graham and Yaz are in that same story, maybe inside that plane particularly. Again, Yasmin looks like she's wearing the red jacket, which makes me think, again, it's the same one with the gas mask people, with the shooting the guns and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think it's the same episode. Weirdly enough, again, Yasmin and Graham together that episode, so maybe the Doctor and Ryan are off doing something else, or stuck somewhere, or something like that. It seems like it's very much a Yasmin and Graham type episode. The next shot we got is Jodie looking really distressed, like something horrible's just happened. It's going to be fantastic again to see some of Jodie doing some proper kind of depressing acting. She can do like emotional really well, and I feel like she played a lot of the, you know, happy-go-lucky style thing in Series 11, but it's going to be nice to see her have some more serious moments in Series 12, as we saw with the earlier shot in the trailer, and the look of distress on her face here. Very exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes, and that finishes with the Doctor Who logo right there. So there we go. Exciting stuff. Let's get back to my face. There we go. I'm aware this is a long video, so sorry about that, but basically what I said was I'd answer some of your questions that you had on Twitter, any burning questions. I'm going to just race through them now. I'm not going to put them on screen or anything, I'm just going to read them, because it will save me a hell of a job during editing. So yeah, basically that's my entire breakdown of the trailer. I've tried to do my best trying to work out which episodes are what, but it's really hard to kind of get that bang on right, or at least get it to an extent where it actually is kind of interesting or anything like that. But I'm going to talk about some questions that I've had, because there's quite a few questions, burning questions. I'm going to try and answer as many as I can. But again, this video is going to be a long one, so sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed it. Doctor Who Site 4 has asked, do you think any of the companions will die, judging from the trailer? Honestly not. They were filming the New Year's Day special, or Christmas special, based after Series 12, and all of the companions were seen on that episode, so it implies to me, unfortunately, that I don't think they will die in this series. Maybe after, maybe leave, I don't know. But I don't think we'll see any deaths of main companions anytime soon, is all I'm saying. For now, I don't know anything beyond that. What shots do you think are linked with... That was Joseph Cook. What shots do you think are linked with the rumoured story about pollution? Not a clue. Maybe the ones on the beach. Again, if it's a rumoured story about plastic in the ocean, the beach ones would make sense. Reese asks, could it be Yaz that's drowning? I know there's a shot of Jodie running towards the beach and there's something in the water. I don't think that's a person, and if that is a person, I reckon that's someone we don't know. Just a random kind of person that again, I don't think it's Yasmin that's drowning at all, no. Do you think the Cybermen have human hands? Yeah, we've talked about that. I do think they do, and I think, do you think the thing that cracks the glass is Cyberman related? No, I do not. Yeah, okay, what do you think the green thingy is behind Whittaker when she says, do you trust me? There's some sort of projection hologrammy type thing. I think that's just the sort of screen thing of the TARDIS. There's lots of weird things in there. Someone asked, how gay does Jodie look out of 10? Someone put a solid 13, that's a good answer. I'd just say ask the Phasman community, because they are going to have a much better, funnier and creative answer than I will. Do you think Graham is wearing what looks like a piece of Dalek technology? No, again, I've answered this in the kind of video, the main chunk of it. I don't think it is Dalek technology, but maybe it is, who knows. What do you think about the blue lighting in that shot of Jodie in the TARDIS? I think it looks gorgeous, I think it looks brilliant and amazing, and I'm very, very happy with it. Someone's asking why the Daleks might not have been in it, as it's been pretty much confirmed. The Daleks filming, that was the final block, Block 6, which I believe is to be the special based after Series 12. So we're going to have 10 episodes from January 1st all the way to sort of the early March time, and then we'll have a special which will be either Christmas 2020 or New Year's Day 2021, and that will be the Dalek episode. That's, as far as I'm aware, I think, because of how they filmed it, it seems that that's going to be the last one. So yeah, the Daleks not being in the trailer makes perfect sense, because the Daleks aren't really going to appear until like at least a year. So yeah, can't help when they're being spotted on filming, but that's why they're not advertising it, because it'd be false advertising, wouldn't it? Yaz clearly crying, sat next to an upset Ryan. Are we going to lose Graham? I don't think so, but maybe. We've already talked about this. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. The Rachnos-like creature reminds me of Syl from the classic series. Nice. Was that the Rachnos? I don't think it was the Rachnos. Looks very different, but it could be some sort of relation to the Rachnos. In the same way that the Absorbaloff is related to the Slovene, you know? It's similar, looks very Slovene, as Rose would say, but not the same, you know? Might be from the twin planet of the Rachnos, you don't know. But yeah, one of those things. Do you think the beach scene might be linked to the Sea Devils? Potentially, but again, don't think so. Don't want to get my hopes up, mainly. Do you think there'll be a story arc this season? Absolutely, yes, it looks like it indeed. Notice the Cybermen appear to look like the Nightmare and Silver ones, but battle damage with extra parts. What do you think? I think it's an amalgamation of different Cyberman parts that have been left on Earth over time. Are we excited to see a darker side of 13? Absolutely, couldn't be more excited for that. That's going to be great. Lots of car chases, yes there is. Why do you think it was... Is Graham wearing the chameleon arc from Human Nature and Family of Blood? I don't think he is. He could be. I don't think he is, but I suppose he bloody could be. It would be weird though, because why would he wear... You know what though, now you said that, it does look very similar, doesn't it? I don't think it is the same thing, but it could be a similar type of technology, something to do with the brain, but yeah, no, because that wouldn't make sense because Graham's not a Time Lord, but like, yeah, I know what you mean, it looks very similar to that. Interesting. Rumour has it the Cybermen are appearing in a Mary Shelley story. How do you feel about this, given it's the premise of Big Finish audio? I've talked about this in the past. I hope it doesn't contradict it, but if it does, then I'll take the TV over the audio, even if the audio is great. Unfortunately, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Sometimes it's taking inspiration from great pieces of Doctor Who work. I reckon if they do a Mary Shelley story and it's very similar to the Silver Turk, they should reference, or at least credit the writer of the Silver Turk at the end of the episode, sort of story from this person, even if that isn't the writer, because we know that person is not writing anything for the series. Anyway, this video's gone on for way too long. Let's just round it up here. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have any more burning questions, you want to ask me my opinions on the trailer, my opinions on certain bits, my thoughts about certain bits, whether, well, you know, where certain things will go, feel free to drop a question in the comments below. I will try and answer as many as possible. In the meantime though, if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment below for any more suggestions in the future, subscribe to the channel with notifications on for more Doctor Who content in the future. We're just over a month away from Doctor Who returning and I cannot be happier. There's going to be some great content on this channel coming up very, very soon and I can't wait to share it with you. So yeah, stay tuned. It's good stuff. If you want to support this channel, however, you can check out the Patreon page, which is also linked in the description. It's a big help. For the minimum of $1 a month, you get early access content, exclusive content, and all that sort of stuff. There's some great stuff in there. So if you want to support the channel financially, that is a way to do it, and a nice kind of rewarding kind of way, I suppose. Discord is also a thing you can join, which is also linked in the description again. You can join the Discord server, join the conversation, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.